This is my second time doing the Moontower Festival. The
Yeah.
festival is named after my career. Because eventually I'm going to jump off a big tower when there's a full moon. Good night, everybody! I'm a pro, Kerri. See? I'm a pro.
You are a pro.
Because the sound people told me years ago, yell, you bring the mic away like that! And that's what you do.
You're a pro. You're great at Twitter. What are your secrets?
My secrets are extremely insecure. I want people to like me, but then I claim that I'm a rebel. I don't care what you think, and I'm going to give my opinion. But then I give my opinion, and I cry like a small child when people don't like it. You know what's terrible, though, about tweeting, Twitter?
A lot of things are
There's
terrible.
a lot of terrible things about it. I don't like any rules for Twitter in a way.
I agree.
mean, there's just rules. I mean, obviously, you can say something terrible and feel bad, but then you put pressure on yourself. Because now you say you enjoy my tweets now all day, and I'm going, see you looking over my shoulder. I said you were a quality tweeter,
I know.
and look what you did.
I'm going to be checking up on you. Now, would you ever do Vines? Kind of big now. Would you ever do video Vines?
I had a joke in the old days about my phone company. They want me to do text messaging. What's this about? And so my joke was like, instead of, oh, yeah, I'll meet you at the restaurant in 5 minutes, I pull over the side of the road, I get a map, a flashlight, a code book. But that joke's no longer valid because we know that we text because we don't want to talk to people. And that's the same thing that with Twitter. I thought, oh, it's going to be about your lunch and your dinner, but then it became fun. But now I look at Vine and I say, this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. I don't want to see 6 seconds of someone going, I like cheese, I like cheese, I like cheese. But now a year from now, I might be the idiot.
Yeah, next year's Moontower, we may be talking about how great you are at Vine.
No, we won't, because I'll be onto Vine when LinkedIn takes off, when everyone's linking in.
You're on a lot of podcasts, but you don't have your own podcast. Is that something? I know.
You are digging.
I know, but
so
so is that something you think you'd never do, or what would we expect from an Andy Kindler podcast if we did have
third
it?
Person. You know, when an Andy Kindler decides whether to do a podcast, you know what I say? Podcast Schmodcast, which is the name of my podcast. Years ago, I met with, have you ever heard of Audible.com? And I'm not getting paid by them, and I'm not getting paid by anybody. You're not paying me either. The festival's paying me. Are you also getting $30,000 for 3 days, plus air, labor, and 6 laptops, and an iPad, and an actual moon tower? So I met with them before. I don't think there were podcasts. So this was like back in the 90s even. And they said, would you like to do something, an audio thing? And I couldn't think of what it would be, because you couldn't think about it. And so cut to, everybody has taken advantage of podcasts. And part of me wants to do it, but then I also don't want to cut into my guesting on podcast time.
Has there any you haven't been on yet you'd like to be that we can make a plea to right now?
There's a neo-Nazi podcast that I'd like to get into. I'm very into the Tea Party. I want to get together with like-minded people and complain about taxes and the others. No, by the way, I am Jewish. I'm not a Nazi. I'm a little anti-Semitic, but all Jews are. You know what I'm saying? One of my first jokes was, they go, how can a Jewish person be anti-Semitic? And I say, spend the day at the temple where I grew up. Make your own decision. But I still, in my mind, might want to do a podcast. And I don't know. But then I feel like if I do it, everyone's going to say, oh, another podcast. Haven't I missed the wave?
I don't know. I feel like people are thirsty for more Andy Kindler. So.
You know what? My cobbling is refreshing.
Oh, yeah, some big late night shakeups. What's your opinion?
Well, I couldn't be happier about the fact that for the next 40 years, Mr. Happy is going to be on. Jimmy, I love everything, Fallon. Well, first of all, here's my impression of Jay Leno if he was a comedian. Jay Leno if he was a comedian. And if you're watching, the joke is over now. See, the joke was that. But here's Jimmy Fallon interviewing Stalin. Stalin, I heard you killed like 30 million people. That's crazy. It's wild. Nobody wants to watch that. People say, our greatest talk show host, nobody ever said, oh, you know what I love about Johnny Carson? He's a great song and dance man. Boy, he does a great impression of Bono. That's not what you want in your talk show hosts. If Jimmy Fallon is that great at all these other things he mimics, then have him go do that. for a couple of years. Why can't get a you like singing rock and roll? Join a rock and roll band. See how good you are. People go, he seems to be a pale imitation of the real thing. I'm getting mad now, Kerri. Get steamed.
I guess I should have brought up this is going to play on Fallon's show.
Let me finish. That's my favorite little joke. Oh my God, Jimmy Fallon's here. How's my acting? I don't get a lot of work, but oh my God.
What was the last thing you acted in?
Thanks a lot. No, I am the voice of more. That's the word. Talk about a question with a lot of anger behind it. I can't remember. How about this one? I can't remember the last thing you acted in, Andy. Do you?
I've been interviewing a lot of people this weekend. Okay.
I'm the voice of Mort on Bob's Burgers, and I'm also going to be on Mark Maron's new show.
Nice.
2 episodes.
Which is coming on pretty soon.
Yeah.
On IFC.
Is that what you were setting me up for?
Yeah. No.
Oh, absolutely.
But it worked out.
So I'm Andy Kindler. Let's pretend we're like we're throwing back to some people.
Yeah.
I'm
Kerri. I'm
Kerri
Kerri
Lendo.
And I'm Andy Kindler.
Back to you in the booth, Wolf
Jimmy
Blitzer
Fallon.
and Al Roker. Back to Al Roker on the Weather Channel, boring it up for the next 12 years.